in the flipping time. Where's me How long have you been sat there?
Not long.
You know, you've been to bed.
Stan.
What?
It's a fortune, isn't it? Even by today's standards.
Oh, shut up, will you?
No, but we've never had this much money before, Chuck. We never will again.
Of course we will.
No, we won't, Stan. This is our share, our windfall. Like lightning never strikes in the same place.
Listen, Harry, Sweeney and Victoria Street had a lot of win on the pools, and big ones too.
Ah, but our name's Ogden, Chuck, not Sweeney. No, this is it, Stan. Our slice of the cake.
Look, like I've told you, it's not ours to eat. It's Dave Smith's.
What about your breakfast? Feels like it's mine.
Strain your resources, will it? Change to 5 at this time of the morning?
I can manage as long as you don't mind it all in one piece.
Oh, very funny. You are joking, aren't you?
Yeah, only 'cause I haven't got enough one piece.
Thank you, and I love you too. Top of the morning to you, Stanley.
How do you do?
Money, Stanley, money! Some of us work hard enough to earn it.
I work hard, don't get no return for me labour.
What labour's this then, Dad?
Well, you can labour for me now. Butter me 2 barm cakes, will you? I'll call back for them.
Oh, not on breakfast then this week, aren't
No,
we?
just overslept, I kid, that's all.
Oh. Anything else, Mr. Smith? Oh, I do think you swarthy. Or is it the reflection of the hairs from your chest?
Well, as a matter of fact, my chest is hairy, yeah.
Oh, I can't stand hairy men.
Ha, 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 ha. I understand that you've been bestowing your favours on a little investment of mine.
Investment?
Eddie Duncan.
Oh.
I financed his transfer from Chelsea. As a county director, you could say that I'm subsidising him, you know.
You make it sound like a cattle deal.
Very good, that's what it is, yes. I bought him and I've got him. All 160 vibrant athletic pounds of him.
Not for much longer you won't be able to buy football as well, not against the will, any road. That's if the PFA have out to do with it.
PFA, my word, we are becoming a little soccer expert, aren't we?
For your information, PFA stands for the Professional Footballers
I know
Association.
what it stands for, darling. Like I say, I've got an investment in one of their members. And I like my investments to pay dividends. Like winning tomorrow's cup tie could be a very encouraging start, you know. So just keep an eye on Loverboy for me, will you? See he doesn't come to any harm. See he gets to bed early, by himself.
Anybody at home?
What's up with you? Me and Jenny wanted to go out this morning. She's going spur.
Yeah, well, I didn't feel up to cleaning this morning, if you'd kindly pass on my apologies to Mrs. Walker.
Well, you might have let us know.
Oh, wait, didn't Stan call in and tell you?
No, he didn't.
Oh, well, I asked him to. I'm sure I did.
You mean you're not coming in at all?
No, not today. I think I'd best mollycoddle myself, you know, best be safe than sorry.
You know what'll happen, don't you? I'll finish up doing the charring.
Oh, well, if you do, you might find we run out of disinfectant for the lavies.
That's all I need.
Oh, Lucille,
Yeah?
suppose, just supposing, mind, you'd come into a bit of money.
Why? Have you?
Yeah?
How much?
Oh, enough.
10 quid?
More.
Well, lucky you. Oh, I see. So you're going into town to blow it all in, are you?
Ah, well, now that's what I wanted to ask you. Would you blow it all in?
Every rotten penny of it. You only live once, Hilda. And I must say that it'll make cleaning lavies a lot easier, knowing you're in town on a shopping spree.
Right, there you are, Father dear. Sorry I didn't have time to deliver it. Starving for a couple of hours will hardly harm you, will it? Bet you could live off your fat for a fortnight.
Look, how much, unless you've a cheek. And take for those 10 fags you bought me the other day, remember?
Oh, 18p.
There we are, it.
Right, try. You'll get used to paying your debts if you're not careful.
I always pay me debts. Sooner or later.
Aye, sometimes a lot later, I know. Anyway, I'm sorry about that little family thingy, but it's the way I was brought up, you know.
At least you've got a family, Irma, somebody to turn to in real need.
Don't tell me Ernest Bishop's landed himself in clink again.
Oh, no, Ernest's struggling manfully on to complete the itinerary before the winter monsoons arrive, or whatever does arrive in Malta in the winter. No, it's not Ernest I'm worried about, it's his shop.
Oh, can't you get anybody to look after it then?
I'm afraid not. Well, nobody I can trust. I did ask Lucille, thinking she could easily manage a little daytime shop assisting with her nightly dancing exhibitions, but she just gave me what used to be called an old-fashioned look. You don't know of anybody, do you, Irma?
No, I'm sorry, Miss Nugent. Nobody I trust with a till any road. I think you're better off with the shop shut than trusting somebody with sticky fingers.
You're right, of course, but I don't want Ernest to come home to a ruined business on top of all that's happened. Bye.
Ta-ra.
Mr. Duncan.
Mr. Duncan, how about that? Makes me feel important. Oh, what's up with you then?
Nothing.
Oh, come on, you look like I do when I just missed 3 open goals on the trot.
It's very important, the match tomorrow, isn't it, Eddie?
All matches are important, love. Except cup ties, which are 10 times more important.
Do you think you'll do well? I mean, you personally.
I think I will. I always think I will. I've had my disappointments, mind you.
We're not going out anywhere tonight, are we? I mean, you've got nothing planned.
I couldn't have wanted to have my car's in, Doc.
Is it? Oh, we could come round here then, couldn't you? Tell you what. I'll burn a steak to a cinder and I can nibble your ears while you're eating it, eh?
No, you wouldn't be trying to keep me out of mischief, would you?
Only certain sorts of mischief.
Hey, this is a shop, not back row at Flea Pit.
Go away, Albert.
Go and buy your humbug somewhere else.
He must be a millionaire. You can hear and say, the man who broke the bank of Monte Carlo.
I still say we need a midfield player.
Ah, someone like Alan Mullery.
Alan Mullery? It'd cost you as much to buy a slice of Park Lane as to buy him. If you want to get top-class players these days, you've got to match their weight in diamonds.
Well, I'm not a bad player, you know, Dave. Matter of fact, they used to call me the White Pele of the Sunday School League. I'd come, you know, for a backhander of, say, packet of fags.
We're talking about football, not rounders.
Oh, go on, hurt me.
Yeah, but all this talk about big transfer fees, all that brass doesn't actually change hands.
Enough of it does. Enough of it changes hands to make me lose sleep over how much I paid for Eddie Duncan, for instance.
Aye, and he's not doing his stuff for you at the moment, is he?
He will, Leonard. I'll see to that.
Talking of soccer idols, here he is.
Aye.
Hey, Eddie. I can sell you dubbing in bulk if you're interested.
I've no use for it, Ray. I'm buying these all steel boots now, so if I can't score, I can kick them to death. What you having, Albert? As if I didn't know.
What you do? A drop of rum.
Well, he seems confident enough.
You know, I've got to the pitch where just hearing the word football makes me want to scream.
You know, it's true what they say about fellas never growing up. I mean, you don't hear women ranting on about netball and hopscotch and all the silly games they played when they were children. That's all football is. It's just a little lad's game.
I blame television and the press, you know. Some of the stuff that's written and broadcast about football makes it sound more important than Christianity.
Well, it's very necessary, eh?
Pardon, Mrs. Caldwell.
Well, men, after all, have all the worry of running the world. And I mean, Cecil Rhodes was a man.
What's he got to do with
Oh,
it?
go on, Mrs. Caldwell. He didn't play football.
Oh, well, I don't know. Only men need hobbies to relax them.
And we don't.
Well, not so much.
Look, whose side are you on?
Oh, the men's side always have been. I've always found men to be much nicer than women.
There you are, Squire. 3 stamp tickets. You'll be sitting behind the players' wives, so you can mix your pleasures, can't you?
How much?
You tell me.
Eh? Oh, yeah, of course, it's a bit delicate these days, isn't it? Players flogging tickets.
It's very delicate.
Quid a piece.
Though you can't see me, I'm not in the head.
I'll pay you later.
Right.
And, of course, there's nothing to stop me reflogging these tickets, is there?
Nothing at all.
Anytime I can do a favour for you, mate.
You might be able to do me one tonight.
Name it.
There's a party at a mate's down the pool, and my car's in dock.
So?
How about lending me yours?
Mate, I've not got a car, I've just got a clapped-out old van.
That'll do me fine.
No, mate.
See how
One of your mates could lend you something, you know.
I want to keep it quiet, don't I? Me going to a party tonight, even with a cut tie. That's the last thing I want to spread about.
Buy a drink, Stanley?
Yeah, I'll have a pint of it.
A pint for a worker, Mrs. Walker. You know, Stanley,
What?
my heart bled for you this morning. You know, I mean, well, no breakfast and the way your daughter was treating you.
Oh, she didn't mean it. That's the way she talks, sharp.
Oh, yeah. Because that's the same with me, you know. Yeah. Well, I mean, underneath this hard, ruthless exterior, there beats a heart of pure gold, you know. Do you know, I have never deliberately done anybody a bad turn in my life. Well, yeah, never that didn't deserve it. And I've never whilst on a debt either. There's not many people that can say that, is there?
One pint of bitter.
Thank you. And one for yourself, Mrs. Walker, because if I may say so, you're looking very charming today. Very charming indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. I'll have a small appetizer.
Yes, Stanley, I like my fellow human beings. Just so long as they do right by me, that is. Cheers. Cheers.
Look, do you think we could sit down just for a minute?
Oh, you're not having a turn, are you?
No, I've got something to say.
Say?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Be my guest.
OK, thanks.
I hope that's non-alcoholic, Eddie.
Nearly, Mr. Smith. It's a shandy.
Good. Because we want you as fit as a drumstick tomorrow, don't we?
How does it feel then to be walking out on the arm of somebody so famous?
Oh, well, I still smile and nod at folk. You know, something like the Queen does.
How did you manage to nab him?
Don't be so flipping cheeky.
I thought perhaps you might have had a few lessons, you know, in hypnotism or something.
Have you ever been threaded in and out of the park railings?
Yes, well, everybody does go off you. And it can happen, you know. Send him round to our house with the bread.
Guess what?
Betty Turpin's tried to carry her off. She's known for it. Mind you, she usually prefers them good looking.
You know, I never did like sharp birds.
Ah, but I'm sexy with it.
Oh, don't tell everybody.
Anyway, go on, what?
Ray Langton's lent me his van for tonight.
Why, where are you going?
We, love, have been invited to a little soiree in Liverpool.
I don't want to go to a soiree in Liverpool or anywhere else.
Well, that's up to you, Smiler. But I'm definitely going. If you change your mind, I'll call around 8.
Let me just get this straight, Sandy. You have won £500 on a premium bond.
Well, no, not me, our elder.
Oh, that's a pity.
Why?
Well, being a gentleman, you know, I mean, I'm not too sure the ethics of breaking a woman's arm to get what I'm owed out to the Ogden family.
470 quid.
470 quid, yeah. Mind you, of course, I could break your arm, couldn't I? In fact, I could break both your arms. Mind you, I'll send you a bunch of grapes afterwards.
Look, you've no need to touch anybody.
Well, I haven't, have I?
I'm going to pay you the 470 quid.
I thought you said it was your Hilda's.
Well, we're married, aren't we? We're sharing share alike. And what's hers is mine. What's mine?
Mine.
Yeah. Well, have it round the shop tonight at tea time, eh?
Straight up.
Straight up.
Stanley, I don't want 470 quid.
Eh?
I want 370.
Yes, but I owe you...
Yeah, I know, Stanley, but, well, you know me, I'm generous. Keep £100, eh? You know, go out and have a bit of a splurge. Buy yourself a decent bit of schmutter and pay me back the other 100 some other time, eh?
That's very civil of you, Dave.
Oh, think nothing of it, Stanley.
Thanks.
Hey, Chop, you're standing in for Brian Trubshaw.
Just been off for
a
minute.
Hey, hang on a minute, then. How much do you reckon I get for these cup tie tickets on the black market, then, Mr. Smith?
Just what it says on the ticket, 50p.
You must be joking, mate. These are scarcer than blood alleys.
Oh, I wish you were right, lad. You can't give those away with packets of tea. No, it's the next cup time match that's going to be the real money spinner. So, if any of my friends happen to be in the club tonight, they might find themselves the possessors of a couple of free stand tickets. You didn't pay over the odds for those, did you? Ah.
Ever been out, Raymond? Often. And I can't say it grows on me.
There, 1 bottle of disinfectant. I could ask you what you wanted it for, but I'm too much of a lady.
I want it for the Rovers lavies, don't I?
Oh, have you took over my mum's job then?
I have this morning. It's breaking me flipping back. Apart from doing horrible things to me ego.
Why, where's my mum?
And she told you?
Told me what?
Well, she just wants some money or something. She's out spending it.
How much?
Search me.
Oh, no. It'll be the flipping co-op div if she's got a summer.
Oh, well, that's your story.
Maggie, I'm just nipping out for a sec. I'm sorry we don't have a matinee.
What are you on about?
Well, you have come to see me embracing me intended again, haven't you?
Oh, he's your intended now then, is he?
Of course he is, Mr. Tat, like every fella I go out with, as I live in hopes, you see. Listen, if you're good, we'll put on another show tomorrow morning like we did this morning, eh?
Shop!
Ma'am? Ma'am?
She's not flaming in.
Where is she?
I don't know. I wish I did.
Has she told you?
Tell me what?
She's won some money, you know.
I know she wants some money on my premium one. I spent the last half hour trying to find it, haven't I?
Oh, how much has she won?
500 quid.
500?
Well, 470. We've spent 30 of it.
Well, why didn't you tell me? Or was she frightened I might want some of it?
Well, you couldn't have it, could you?
Why not?
I didn't question her debt to Dave Smith, remember? Money I let you to go in that shop with.
Oh, do you mean you're going to pay Dave Smith back with what my mum's won?
Yeah.
Lucille's just said...
Lucille said what?
Oh, nothing, Dad. Nothing of interest.
Have you seen your mum this afternoon?
No.
She got her best club on, wherever she is. And her best club on... Lucille's seen her, hasn't she?
No, Dad. Honest, she hasn't.
She's gone to town, hasn't she? Spending it, eh?
Yes, Dad, she has.
Oh. Dave Smith will kill me.
Something troubling you, Emily?
Life, Mrs. Walker. The eternal stone in the shoe of happiness, as it were.
Well, there's nothing much one can do about life except make the best of it.
I've resigned my position at the warehouse.
You've done what?
Resigned my job.
Whatever for?
Somebody's got to look after Ernest's business while he's away.
Look, I hope you won't take umbrage at what I'm about to say, but it is high time it was said.
Far away, Mrs. Walker. I think I'm too depressed to take interest, never mind umbrage.
Well, isn't your relationship with Ernest becoming something of, well, a forced march?
I like my job across
More
there.
cross than joy?
Attractive boss.
With you making all the sacrifices?
Not too much work.
And getting very little in return.
A good salary.
Emily, do listen to me. I know at your time of life, Ernest is something of a straw not to be lightly discarded.
Do you know what tomorrow should have been, Mrs. Walker?
What?
My wedding day. It was the day that Ernest and I had fixed before his grand tour came up. Emily Nugent's wedding day. A sort of modern miracle. What were you saying, Mrs. Walker?
Nothing of significance, dear. I'm sorry about your job.
So am I.
Ah, Stan, what's been going on in here?
Where have you been?
Into town. I said, what's been going
What
on?
have you been to town for?
Just for a look out.
What else?
Nothing else. Ah, Chuck, who's made all this mess?
I have. Looking for my 470 quid.
My 470 quid, Stan. Let's get the facts right.
Well, it's not anybody's now, is it? Because half the shopkeepers in Willerfield will have it, won't they?
Well, I've not spent it, if that's what you're inferring.
Eh?
No, I admit that was my intention, but... Oh, well, where do you start, Stan? I mean, you got 470 quid, right?
Go on.
Well, in one way it's too much, and in another way it's too little.
Not going to be too much.
Well, I mean, you'd feel guilty, wouldn't you, spending all that much on sort of frivolous purchases? Whereas you wouldn't if it was just, say, money you was putting by for the rates.
But how could it be too little, then?
Ah, 'cause I couldn't take my eyes off a little yellow Mini in Talbot's car showrooms, could I? There's a woman gets to meet at Harold Dewhurst. She drives up in a little yellow Mini, and she always gets served before her turn. Although, mind you, That were nearer 800 quid than 5.
Hard luck. Now, where's the brass? Hand it over.
Want to give it to Dave Smith, are you?
Yes, how did you guess?
Oh, I thought you might want to, Chuck. That's another reason I didn't spend it. You know, it's nice to see you being responsible for once, Stan. I think we should both of us try and be a bit more responsible, you know. Everybody should.
Now, there you are. There's 100 quid for you. And me, naturally.
I thought we owed Dave Smith all of it.
Yeah, well, he thinks we should spend 100 quid, you see?
Ah, isn't that Oh, Stan, aren't people nice?
I mean, 100 quid, that's all right, isn't it? I mean, that's not too much, is it?
Not too little.
No. We'll spend it tomorrow. Together.
Together.
Hilda.
How much?
£5.
Can have more if you want.
No, love, no, that'll be enough. I'll see you later.
No, I think I'll stop in tonight, Chuck.
All right, suit yourself.
Knocks you up, does being rich.
It's true, though, isn't it? You let down more than you're satisfied.
Yeah, well, I blame the big wages that footballers are getting. Makes athletes soft money, does, you know. What do they say about boxers? The hungrier they are, the harder they fight.
You'd like to see footballers kept in cages, wouldn't you, Albert, and fed on scraps of raw meat?
Isn't that what they do with one or two of the team here?
No, seriously, you get thousands of folk in a big stadium, lots of atmosphere, and then a match that's rubbish.
Well, people still go and watch them, don't you? Don't they, including yourself?
You know the best two things that ever happened to me? Getting demobbed and seeing Bobby Charlton.
Here we go again.
Oh, I agree with my mate. Seeing Bobby in full flight's the nearest thing to the big wave the likes of us will ever get.
Give over. It's only a footballer.
And overrated.
Say that again, Albert.
And I'd smile when you say it.
You were both too young to remember Tiny Wedlock.
Tiny you?
Tiny Wedlock!
Ah, you made him up.
I've done no such thing. Everybody who knows out about football has heard of Tiny Wedlock.
I haven't. Me neither.
Isn't you and on me at all?
There you are. That just proves my point. How can you say that Bobby Charlton's the best you've ever seen when you've never seen any real gunners like Tiny Wedlock? Centre half he were. Robert stood 5'5" and he could get up like a giraffe. He were also known as Fatty Wedlock. Yeah. Shortest centre half was ever played for England, and he played for them 21 times. His last game were on his home ground in Ashton Gate in Bristol, and he were followed by Joe McCall of Preston.
Evening, gents. Very good, Albert.
Look, you've heard of Tiny Wedlock.
Say no.
Heard of him? My old dad used to bow his head every time he mentioned his name. Yeah, I was the tickets I promised you.
Great. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I forgot you got yours, didn't you?
Don't worry, I'll get my money back. The bloke that sold them to me turns out to be beholden to me.
How are they going to do tomorrow, do you
Gonna
know?
be a walkover, is it?
Well, let's just say I'm quietly confident.
How does the manager rate our chances?
He reckons we'll walk it if
If what?
Eddie Duncan's on song.
Which he hasn't been lately, has he?
He'll be on song tomorrow. I'm taking care of it personally.
Oh, how have you managed that, Mr. Smith?
Well, I've ensured that he gets an early night.
Fancy.
I didn't think anybody would ever make me toes tingle again, but you do.
I've had a lot of practice.
I dare say you have. I wish you'd stop telling me. What time is it? Must be getting late.
Who cares?
You should.
Why?
Oh, honestly, have you always been a fool to yourself, Eddie?
Yeah.
But you're not daft.
Thank you.
Well, why can't you see what everybody else can see? That
I'm a fool to myself.
Look, it's important you play well tomorrow, isn't it? You said that, and I think a good night's sleep...
I know that.
Well, why don't we go home then instead of going to this stupid party?
I promised.
Just be like all the rest.
I want to go.
You know what you sound like, don't you?
What?
Big daft kid, not a grown fella.
That's been said before.
You don't think much of me, really, do you?
Oh, not to do it for me, but Smiler, please.
Well, do you think anything of me? I think a lot of you.
Look, I want to go. I'm expected.
Well, what's stopping you then?
Nothing stops me, Smiler.